Hi everyone, I'm Gianna, and today I'll be talking about my project for my Art23 class, which is about building materials. I'll just be talking over this time lapse. I'll make kwento about the whole journey, but the time lapse will just be ongoing, so enjoy! So, when I was thinking of what project I could do, I remembered I've been asking my dad for a shoe rack. And when this project came up and we had to think of an idea, I immediately thought that this would hit two birds with one stone, doing my project and also getting something that I've been wanting. So I kept delaying it. I kept delaying to buy, so I just ended up making it. So I just hopped on Pinterest and looked for some inspirations, and I found this cute design and I just copied it. But I made it a little smaller and a little shorter because this is my first time working with wood. So I just wanted to start simple. So I drew a quick schematic of what I wanted it to look like, just around 5 rows high. And this is the drawing, not drawn to scale. Then later on, I just estimated the measurements and then I did it on SketchUp so I could see the proportions and just to see if it looked good overall. And this is what it looked like, and I was really happy about it. So we headed on to Wilcon to buy some wood. So I brought the wood home and I started my process. So the people who cut the wood, they cut it manually, so it's not as clean yet. So first I had to sand all the sides, the corners, the edges, even the faces of the wood so that it would be clean and smooth. So first I sanded it and I just made sure to stay tidy and just had a mini brush to sweep the wood dust into a trash can. Then after that, once I was satisfied with how smooth they were and cleaned it up a little, I applied glue. I glued the joints together. So the glue, it could already dry actually in 30 to 60 minutes, but then just to strengthen the bond, I decided to leave it overnight before nailing it. That's why I divided my process into parts. So I did it part by part. So I started with the left side of the shelves first so that I could put the 2 shelves onto the main body and then let it dry. And then the next day, I nailed it, and then I could put the shelves on the other side, glue it, and then so on and so forth. Before I leave it to dry overnight, I place some heavy weight on top of it to kind of push them together. Since I don't have the clamp to tighten the space between the wood pieces, I just placed heavy material as a substitute. So I'll come back later after this time lapse to talk about and show the final product. am just wrapping things up, just doing a final round of sanding and dusting it off, and this is the final product. I'm actually super happy with how it turned out. The design is so simple and so chic, and I think the color of the wood that I got is perfect for this kind of vibe. And I tested it with my shoes. I got to carry my shoes and it looks really nice. And I was just curious too, since the layout was kind of cute. I tried to see if it would work as a regular shelf. And it did! So here it is. I just tested it out with some of my stuff, and I think it's really perfect. Its layout is just so versatile, so you can really use it for different stuff. And I can just mix it too. I can use shoes at the bottom and then stuff that I use on top. So again, this is the wooden shoe rack that I built that now doubles as a shelf.